Hello everyone. In this video, we will solve another exam question and let's consider it quiz number 2. So now here is the question. Pause the video, try it out. The number of marks equals the number of minutes. That should be our goal in order to attempt an A star, an A grade in AS level. Well, in AS level, you only have A grade, but an A star overall can only be achieved if you get a very, very high A. So now let's get started with the question. The question says the diagram shows a rhombus ABCD. So that's A, that's B, that's C, and that's D. The points B and D have coordinates 2, 10 and 6, 2 respectively. 2, 10, 6, 2 respectively. A lies on the x-axis. The midpoint of BD is M. The midpoint of BD is M. Find by calculation. That means we cannot draw and figure this out. We have to show every single piece of step, every single piece of calculation. The coordinates of M, A and C. So that's M, that's A and that's C. So let's get started. First of all, what I'll do is that let me draw a line starting from B all the way till D. So that is the line that you can see. Now we have the coordinates of B, we have the coordinates of D. Very simple stuff, that is finding the coordinates of M, which is the midpoint. So now we have B, which is 2, 10. We have D, which is 6, 2. M is the midpoint. That's the average of the x coordinates, which is 2 plus 6 divided by 2. And 10 plus 2, average of the y coordinates divided by 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the coordinates of M is 4, 6. Pretty basic stuff. Now, what else does it say? It says that the midpoint is M and we have to find M, A and C. So now how will we find A? So now we should know a special property. And what is that special property? Let me first try to make the marker a bit thicker. And let me draw a line starting from A all the way till C. So now this is another diagonal. Now first of all, we know that a rhombus is a parallelogram. What is a parallelogram? Opposite sides are equal in length and opposite sides are parallel. And there is also another special property. What is that? That is the diagonals of a parallelogram, and for that matter square, they are perpendicular to one another. So I have B, I have D. Let me calculate gradient of BD. That is change in y over change in x. 10 minus 2, change in y. And then 2 minus 6, that is change in x. So there is 8 in the numerator, negative 4 in the denominator, and this comes out to be negative 2. That means if I look at this line, which is AMC, the gradient of AMC, let me write it down. Let me use a blue marker. Gradient of AMC should be the negative reciprocal of gradient of BD. So therefore, what do we have? We have negative 1, we have negative 2. This comes out to be positive half. So now let me just redraw this line over here. And the line is going like this. And over here, that's A. It's on the x-axis, y coordinate is 0. So let me write small a for the x coordinate, y coordinate is 0. And then we have M. What is M? That is, I think, that's right over here, 4, 6. So we have 4, 6 over here. And then at the end, we have C, and both the coordinates are unknown till now. Now the very first thing, that is I can use the gradient formula, the gradient of AMC is half. So what do I have? I have A, which is A comma 0. I have M, which is 4 comma 6. And let me apply the gradient formula. So therefore 0 minus 6 over A minus 4 equals to half. Negative 6 into half, actually 2. So let me go back and correct myself. So negative 6 into 2 equals to A minus 4 into 1. So basically I'm multiplying this with this, and then I'm multiplying this with this. So now it's all good, all correct. So this is negative 12. This is A minus 4. Therefore negative 12 plus 4 equals to A, and the value of A comes out to be negative. So A comes out to be negative 8. Therefore the coordinates of capital A is negative 8 comma 0. Now let's look at the diagram once again. Does the answer make sense? Yes, the answer makes sense because it's to the left of the origin. Yes, the answer is negative 8 comma 0, and that is correct. So we found M, which is 4 comma 6. We found A, which is negative 8 comma 0. So now what is left? That is finding the coordinates of C. Now we know that A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel as well as equal. That is one property. We also have this property that the midpoint of the diagonals is the same. So the blue dotted line is one diagonal. The green line is another diagonal. So M is the midpoint for BD, as well as it's the midpoint for A and C. So all we have to do is to use the midpoint formula. Let me just draw a small diagram over here. We now have A, which is negative 8 comma 0. We have M, which is 4 comma 6. We have C. And what is C? That is X comma Y. That means if I take the average of negative 8 and X, it should equal to 4. So let me write it down. Negative 8 plus X divided by 2 equals to 4. That's the first equation. Now, if I take the average of 0 and Y, it should equal to 6. So 0 plus Y divided by 2 equals to 6. Now let me solve this out. So therefore negative 8 plus X is equals to 8. Negative 8 equals to negative X. Therefore X comes out to be 16. That is the answer for this particular part. 0 plus Y equals to 12. Therefore Y equals to 12. Therefore the answer of Y is 12. Therefore the last part is writing it out. That is C. What's the coordinate of C? That is 16 comma 12. So that was an exam question, and I have explained in full detail, and it took me around 8 minutes to solve a 6-mark question with full explanation and working. That means you can easily be able to do, provided your concepts are crystal clear. You show every single step this particular question in 6 minutes. So we found M, we found A, and finally we found the coordinates of C. See you in the next class.